Morning, girls. So, today, what we're going to be focusing on is the topic of bearings. Um, uh, so, it's a new topic, you haven't done it, and you're starting it off in year 9. So, what you should have in front of you, and I'm really sorry I don't have it printed out in front of me, but I'm just going to show you on my screen. You should have your worksheet in front of you, and I'm going to be following from the notes on your worksheet that have been created for you. All right. And also, just to let you know that today we're going to be working on page 1 and page 2 of your worksheet, and we're going to stop till here, okay, halfway through of your worksheet. So I'm going to place my laptop in front of me. So please refer to the laptop, okay, right now, the worksheet. So when we're talking about bearings, or when you hear the word bearings, basically what bearings is an angle with a given direction. So it's not just 20 degrees. Sorry, guys. It's not just 20 degrees. It's 20, the bearing of so when we're just saying 20 degrees, sorry, because I have a lot of things on my mind that I want to tell you. So when we're saying 20 degrees, we're not just saying 20 degrees like this, like we normally know it, or 20 degrees the other way around. So with a bearing, and let me get a rubber very quickly, tissue, so I'm gonna rub it off. So when we're talking about bearings, bearings are always measured, calculated, read, drawn from the north. So when someone says at a bearing of 20 degrees, you have your note and you have to move in the clockwise direction. So 20 degrees will be in this direction. If I've got 50 degrees, again, you have to know where your note is, and you calculate from your note all the way to 50 degrees. If you are told at a bearing of 120, so you drew your note, you know where your note is, so you know that here it's 90 degrees, 120 is somewhere over here. So at a bearing of 120 degrees. So this is what bearings mean, okay? So what we're going to do, so it's an angle at a given direction, and it's always, and this is a good note to write down, it's always measured from the north, okay? So your note is the line that is vertical, and you've got your arrow, all right, vertically upright at 90 degrees, so to the horizontal line. And it's always calculated in a clockwise direction. So if I have my note and I need to draw the angle, I place my protractor on the note and I have to move clockwise. So my arrow is pointing to this 0. So I go round. So let's say I need to draw the angle, the bearing, sorry, not even the angle, the bearing, because the bearing tells us there is a direction. The direction is always from the north, and you always have to move in the clockwise direction. So if I have to draw the bearing of 50 degrees, so you move from the north, 0, all the way to 50, moving clockwise like the clock. I mark it and I join them, and this is 50 degrees. And you also have to write it down, not 50 degrees, but 050, because it is a 3-figure value. Because you're always going all the way until you reach 360 degrees. All right? So this is something important to note. Mela, let's start, girls, with example number 1 in front of you, all right? So just to, again, show you where I am from my notes, I am at example number 1. And I think you have space underneath to do so. So let's start. So you've got a point and it's in the middle of a map. So you don't need to draw where the map is. But basically, if I have to draw a sketch, let's draw a sketch on the side, okay? You've got a point and this is A. And it's saying the bearing, and I'm going to write this down because I want to point something out. The bearing of B from A. So you need to figure out from where to start. Understand that I'm putting emphasis on the word from, because from where should you start measuring? And when you read this kind of phrase, the from is at the end, not at the beginning. So from where should you start? From A. So that means where I have A drawn, that is where I draw my north. Okay? And it's saying that the bearing of B from A is 60 degrees and 4 centimeters away. So B is going to be 60 degrees away from A. So we have to measure 60 degrees and it's something like this. And the line has to be 4 centimeters. So, and then point B is here. So let's draw it accurately. So we draw our note. And we know from where to start. From where? From A. So here is going to be my A. I'm going to place my protractor on my note. And I am going to look at the direction where the note is pointing towards. So it's pointing towards up here. So I have to use the 0 of up here. And I have to move in a clockwise direction. What angle? 60 degrees. So I mark my 60 and I place my ruler in line with these 2 points. And I just have to draw a 4 centimeter line. Why? Because it's telling me that B is only 4 centimeters away. When I mark my angle, I need to write it down, not 60, as 060, because bearing is a 3-figure value. And here I place B. Now, I had to construct it. And so that is done. And at the end of my example 1, there is written, find the direction of A from B. So from, Mela, when it's saying direction, it is meaning, so direction means at what angle? All right, so direction is referring to an angle. Okay, direction and angle where it's exactly an angle. So from where should you start in this case? From B. Now if you look at B, is there a note drawn? No. So you need to draw your note. And you need to go from B all the way to A. And what did I tell you about bearings? That you need to move in a clockwise direction. So you start from B all the way to A. And the line that is joining B to A is over here. Now, you should be aware that there are 2 methods, okay, of how to find out what this missing angle is. So one of them would be to use angle theorems, okay, angle facts. So let's start with method 1. And usually when you have to do that, it would ask you to calculate. So let's start. Mela, I know that all of this angle, what does it add up to? 360. So if I find this one, okay, that means all I have to do is 360 minus the missing angle. So what do I do to find this one? You know, as one of your angle facts, that since these 2 are parallel, and I know they're parallel because they're moving in the same direction, I know that they add up to 180, and the reason would be interior angles. So if I have to call this an x, okay, I just do 180 minus 60, which is equal to 120 degrees. Interior angles, and then for me to find angle B, I just do 360 minus 120, which is 360 minus 120. I'm going to use a calculator because I'm tired. It's 240. 360 minus 120, 240 degrees. I just like to check angles at a point. The other method would have been to use your protractor. So you could have done the same thing, but using your protractor, you'd first measure the protractor in the opposite direction, all right? And in actual fact, it is exactly 120 degrees. And since this spot is 120 degrees, you just do 360 minus 120, which is 240 degrees, and you write down angles at a point 2. Okay, and that is example 1. So I would like you to try example 2 on your own and then check out the next video.